Hey guys, it's, well, everyone from Gun Gamers. Today we have...
Garrett.
Fox.
Redbeard.
E-House.
Sober Joe.
Kyle.
And we are pretty much the entire Gun Gamers team. Most everything that's been posted on the site has been posted by one of us, except Fox, who's the worst, but we'll fix that in 2016, because that's what we're talking about today.
New Year's resolution, get Fox to write one thing.
At least.
Or contribute a video.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. So anyways, what's coming up for 2016 with Gun Gamers? Who wants to just spitball some ideas out?
Alright, I guess I'll start. As I'm sure any regular follower of Gun Gamers has seen, I wrote a very lengthy piece on running a grenade launcher for Airsoft. And I highly recommended the tag shells, which I have in my hand right here. I just picked up the Vellum smoke rounds.
Which I threatened to spike into the ground inside the apartment.
Yeah, let's not do that, please.
Yeah, which I followed up by threatening to Sparta kick him down the stairs.
Supposedly, one of these is good for marking a target, and then 3 of these, when launched in rapid succession over an area, are the equivalent to a standard smoke screen. So we're going to find out. This is one of the Enola Gay WP04Gs. This one, particular one, is green. I have a couple other colors we'll test out. The tag vellums are only white so far. Hopefully they come out with other colors. Tag in, I hope you're watching this. I think other colors would be fantastic. How you denote them, it's up to you. But we're going to try out some smoke grenades. In addition to that, since I, again, really, really love the tag shells, and I believe that it is the shell to rule them all, I want to try and fire some other different projectiles out of them. Milsim Labs has shown that they can fire rockets out of them. I want to see how effective they really are. I also want to try and launch BBs out of them, just to start. But we're going to try a couple of different other projectiles, and we'll see what happens. That's sort of my main focus, is, again, grenade launchers.
We might launch inappropriate things out of them too.
Apparently that's my job.
But we won't talk about that now. That's
You
going to be a
volunteered
surprise.
for that job.
Hey, watch all the
Actually,
episodes.
Watch out for April 1st, because that's about the time I'll have the money to do what we're talking about, and then we'll see that happen. So
Let's keep that a mystery for now.
The other thing is, again, not surprising, I run a lot of GBB stuff, so you're definitely going to see more of that out of me. Try and get into more exotic systems. I've got an AK we're going to be trying to mess around with and see what we can do with that. I want to talk about building Russian loadouts and trying to get some OPFOR stuff going, because I think all too often we see a lot of the US-based stuff, and obviously everything's Molly. I'm wearing an LBT chest rig right now. So
LBX, you heretic!
Yes, I'm a heretic. I bought Chinese stuff. But I want to explore the other factions, especially the Russians, because they have really interesting camouflage. They have really interesting chest rigs and other armor systems and stuff like that. So I want to get more and more involved into that. I think it'd be nice to help promote that, especially for an OPFOR type, because I don't think we really see enough dedicated OPFOR. Maybe not necessarily like 100% dedicated, but, you know, more than just buying an AK and wearing a different pattern of camo. I'd like to go for some more immersion. So that's what I'm going to be doing.
All right. Fox is going to write at least one article, or do at least one video by himself, as he spends most of his days.
Except he's
I'm
making
sorry.
the video, not watching it. It's not forever. Actually, those hex mags, they become real popular, and that'd be a great video if you made.
Yeah.
That would be a great video.
Yeah,
He's got some of those hex mags in the airsoft hex mags. We should do that.
Yeah.
Well, you should do that.
Actually, and if you want, I can get some of my real hex mix so you can compare the two of them.
Hexmag 1030s, don't freak out, Cuomo.
What's Redbeard going to do for 2016?
So for 2016, I'm going to experiment more with playstyles by getting outside of the role of the standard rifleman. So this would involve me basically taking a more recon role, more of a support gunner role, because we do possibly have LMGs available at my disposal that I plan on using at some point. So be prepared for that. And this is more of 1, 2, 3. We all have helmet cameras, so we're going to do 3 different points of view of gameplay.
Yeah, we're gonna start running more helmet cams. We're gonna start doing more POV style gameplay. I want to do commentary.
Yeah.
With the gameplay, because I feel like there's a lot of gameplay out there that's just the raw gameplay, but I feel like commentary adds more value to it.
I have actually explained a little bit why I do certain things in the video that you can
Yeah, when
see.
you
Yeah.
my contour, which is yours now. So let's
Yeah.
Joe also has a camera.
Yeah, my helmet cam. So I have a Contour, one of the Roam 2s, and I've run it a couple of games. I mean, you can talk to any of my teammates. I have hours of video that is just sitting on my hard drive, not doing anything. I have trouble uploading to YouTube and actually editing. But there is a couple of videos available on my YouTube channel that is actually by my first name because I'm an idiot. And I think there was a couple of games from the local Rochester Field Airsoft Tactical. One when they were still beta testing it, another from one of the best night games that we've run in a long time. And I did do a little bit of commentary, but not necessarily over voicing. It was a short video, so what I basically did was just some text underneath. And I think that's a lot of things. A lot of guys that do videos, that'd be a super easy thing to do. If you want to blast that, that one Invaders dubstep song, the song that everybody plays on every Airsoft video ever. It's super easy with a lot of free software to just edit and throw some commentary in. What gun you're using. You can pause the video and throw up, here's exactly what I'm using without having to explain it or pause the action. And then go through, you can do arrows and pointers and that kind of thing, and it's easy to add commentary to a video that you've already edited with very little work, and that's something that a lot of people that can easily start working on.
I think even YouTube allows you to do that too.
yeah.
Yeah, it might be
you
a
can
thing.
add annotations.
You can add lots of stuff like
So
that.
My experiment that I want to try is a little crazy though, because I'm a big fan of Let's Plays on YouTube. I'll let that sink right in, but I like them because while I'm doing other stuff, I can listen to the commentary. Guys are joking around. If you can't tell, I think we have a pretty good sense of humor. I'd like to do some long form, like Airsoft commentary where we're all running at an event and we just get to joke around and talk about behind the game footage and just share stories and bullshit. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But I don't know, that might just be an experiment we try once or twice and see if people actually enjoy it.
So what are your plans? You got a lot coming up in 2016.
My plans are covering events. I mean, I'm going to SHOT Show, I'm going to Blade Show, I'm going to Lightning Strike. I've got a lot of stuff coming up. I would like, and this is my personal weird thing. Y'all know I'm into knives, but I'd like to do a lot of coverage of Blade Show, and I'm pretty good friends with one knife maker in particular, Glenn Arehove, you might see him on my Facebook feed every now and then if you're on there. But I'm actually going to try to get him to agree to a video interview. So if you're interested in the technical aspect of knife making, you might be able to get some insight in there. That's big stuff, is event coverage, talking about events. I want to get a little more into some opinion pieces, because we did one recently about Speedsoft, and on my personal Facebook page at least, we had a lot of engagement with it, agreement, disagreement, but I like that. I like the ability to have discourse about a divisive subject, and I think we could get a little more into some opinion pieces about the way the game's run, the way the game's played. I also want to do more about real firearms, because we are gun gamers, and that encompasses everything. I want to do more about real firearms, perhaps shotgun stuff, because in New York State, unfortunately, that's about what we have access to. I'd like to do something about semi-auto options for New York, because I know when I was looking at buying semi-auto rifles, there's not a lot of guides out there for just lists of guns that are still compatible.
Yeah, especially with the Safe Act.
Yeah, there's not a lot of guys out there who are focusing on stuff that is legal still. And I want to talk about that rather than just talk about what's illegal. And then the other thing I want to do is more game stuff, because more video games, because we've been focusing a lot on gear, we've been focusing a lot on Airsoft. I would like to peel some of that back to more video game coverage, because we all started in one form or another before we got into Airsoft, before we got into firearms. We all were growing up playing video games, and I think that's a core part of what we do. It's been very formative in our opinions and the ways we've gravitated towards doing certain things. So I think it'd be a good idea to just talk more about the stuff we love. So my plans might not sound like anything too drastic, but I'm optimistic that it'll be fun.
You're definitely going to be busy. SHOT Show and Blade Show.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Blade Show. I'm
That
going
was
to Blade Show
motivation.
too.
That was beautiful. Fearless leading.
This is a solid run. So for my shtick for 2016, now the only article that I've written for Gun Gamers was the half sober-ish article on the Maruzen 870 and the
Tokyo
Breacher.
Marui.
Tokyo Marui 870.
He's still half sober.
I have a Tokyo Marui 870 Breacher, and I did a short, kind of funny. I kind of wrote sort of a lighthearted article, but it did have. I mean, when you get near the bottom of it, I really did go into some concerns and pros that I really liked about it. And I still love running that thing. That shotgun's fantastic. But I have a full arsenal that I'm one of the newest people that have written for Gun Gamers, and actually I'm pretty new to meeting a lot of these guys. The first time I really played with them is a Red Storm East, and there's a wonderful video of me falling down an elevator shaft. That should be posted relatively soon. I have a full armory though. I have 3 MGs, really 3 primary rifles, a shotgun, an SMG, a sniper, my GL06. I have a huge armory that I've been collecting over the years, and it's very varied because I like to switch roles on the fly. I'll bring 2 or 3 primaries with me to a game, and everybody laughs, but I'll suddenly go, I kind of want to run something a little bit differently, and pop out my EBR, and most of the stuff I do is gas blowback. So I have a huge armory that I haven't really ever talked about before, and the nice thing is I run my guns really hard and really fast, and they break constantly. So I kind of speed up the inevitable decay of the gas blowback rifles that you're using, and then can teach you pretty quickly how to repair them on the field, which I've done a couple of times, which has been pretty hilarious to go. But the other big thing is that I want to do in 2016 is Garrett's sporting this lovely vest here. I mean, just show that off. Why don't you turn around and give him, just that. Ow! Does his ass look fat? You can tell us in the comments, one way or the other. But in all seriousness, we've been looking at a lot of these vests because as we get into Milsim a little bit more, and as new players that are getting into Milsim are going to notice, you need less gear at those Milsim games than your shortest scrim. You go to a local field and you only play for 2 hours and you can load up on everything you want. You feel free to pull the trigger as much as you want. Gas blowback rifles, your crazy high cap magazines. When it comes to the Milsim West games, it really does start to fall into the real world where fast is smooth and smooth is fast. And so what we notice is running chest rigs with no armor plate. You don't need an armor carrier. You never do. It looks great, and if the weather's a little bit cool, it'll keep you warm and nice and insulated. Milsim West. Oh man, when we were playing those games, we were sweating. Anybody with a plate carrier was dying and having to chug water the whole time. So I want to get a D3 rig, but what I'm trying to look for, and what I'm hoping to do in 2016, is to look at integration. To look at armor sets that you can get, the D3 rig, Bees Combat Systems, Ballsack Vest.
Mayflower APC.
Yep, there you go, the Mayflower APC. A lot of these vests now, we're starting to see some fantastic integration where people are sort of standardizing the attachment points that you're getting. You can buy a pair of Mayflower clips that will switch between, I have a Banshee Tacticals, the Banshee plate carrier that I love, and there's another YouTube video channel out there where they actually show you can modify it to run a D3 rig. I want to be able to take that D3 rig and start it with nothing but the H harness, move it to the Bees Combat System vest, then move it to the Banshee vest, all on the fly, and be able to change what I'm carrying and how much gear I actually have on me based on the situation that I'm in. I figure buy 1 or 2 high quality pieces of gear and then be able to modify them on the fly. Combine that with your Milsim games and gas blowback rifles, and you get a pretty good, realistic feel to what you're doing.
Especially because you like to switch roles on the fly. So
right, exactly. So
if you're running a grenade launcher, you could swap to a plate carrier that has more grenade pouches.
Right, and the idea is to be able to bring 2 or 3 things with me to a game and be able to quickly change on the fly, which isn't for everybody, but that's my play style.
He has airsoft ADD.
A little bit. And something else I have noticed too is I'm starting to shift away from the pattern vests. Because I have a JPC that's in multicam, and unless you're running dedicated US team all the time, it's tough to, let's say the US roster fills up. Well, now I can't go because my one plate carrier is the wrong color designation for the team. So switching to solid colors and having a multivaried vest, definitely something I'm looking forward to.
Coyote Brown.
Now here's a fun fact, and here's your one piece of solid advice for the day. So every game you go to typically breaks down to, what would you guys say, green and tan, right?
Yes.
That's
Green
most
and
of the thing. There's a fantastic thing that you can do to get around that, and it's from Rothko, actually. You can get these on Amazon really cheap. For about $30, you can get yourself a jumpsuit. Now, the jumpsuits are super simple. There's nothing to them. You can get black, tan, and green for $90. Well, there's your 3 colors for whatever you would need for any game whatsoever. And the best part is there's a upward lifting zipper, and if you have to go take a piss in the woods, it's a piece of cake. Trust me, they are the best investment you can get, and if you go to a game and suddenly you have to switch teams, you pop off your jumpsuit, you throw on the next one, and you're good to go. They don't snag on anything.
I want my jumpsuit just for fun.
Unrelated note.
Let's see, for 2016 for me, I'm going to be taking a step and building something that can piss both sides of the Milsim versus Speed stuff off, and I'm going to be trying to build a replica, basically the IPSEC kind of competition pistols. I'm going to be building that as a loadout and running it with my Milsim gear to make everyone angry. As angry as humanly possible.
I mean, for those that haven't seen like what the 3-gun stuff is, it's very much set for speed.
Yeah.
Everything is pulled off your body. It's very minimalist, pouch-wise. It all friction fit type stuff.
Yep.
Whereas all the military,
hell, the holsters for a lot of these IPS pistols are literally either a
Barrel
piece of
plug,
Kydex,
like, yeah.
or like
Yeah.
it's the thing that you essentially strap it to your body. It just looks like a piece of metal and a clip, and that's all it is.
it's all built for speed. So it'd be interesting. It'll be interesting seeing
Well,
how
I want
that
to
all
see
meshes
what
together.
you think about running that at like indoor fields.
It's going to be really interesting to run that because I want to run that as like I'm going to be doing something similar here with a modular setup, and that's going to be the core start, and then I can put other stuff, mix and match, and do whatever kind of
Now
stuff.
we have to do a pre and post video where, hey, look at my shiny new IPS gun, and then 3 months later, after he's banged it against every single piece of
Destroyed it.
cover, how shitty it looks after you've completely beat the crap out of the pistol.
What are you using as your base, or do you not want to share that? for the
Well,
time
I
being?
mean, I can tell you that for the belt system and all the pouches, they are going to be all real steel gear that for competition shooting. That's what I'm going to build as the base. The holster is up in the air, whether it's going to be a real steel or just a cheap holster in that. It depends on how things pan out because airsoft pistols can be a little weird. But there's going to be a lot of high-end gear involved in it. The pistol is probably going to be a cheaper base pistol, and I'm going to go through customizing it as well to turn it into something that's fun and fast to shoot, basically. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and then I'm also going to be getting into doing some more real steel reviews. I have quite a decent collection of handguns at this point, so you're going to see more reviews of that, and I feel like handguns are going to be a good measure because you can get the airsoft versions a lot. When it comes into the full-size rifles, it's kind of tricky, and people like certain little variants of stuff, and as a New York resident, I can't get a lot of the cool stuff, and the cool stuff that I have doesn't match with a lot of air stuff.
I'm going to make a request of you, Kyle.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to talk about your collection of cool bolt actions.
I can do that. I can do an episode on cool.
I mean, I don't know how many people watching this are into cool, weird, old guns, but Kyle is.
Yeah, no, I have a thing. I like collecting vintage bolt actions from different countries. Just weird shit that you find for sale at gun shows. And there's some really cool stuff out there with some really it was like a lot of the guns are very innovative designs in really strange ways. Like there's bolt actions that are straight bolt actions that eject clips like a Garand. Like, who would think that somebody would do that and that it was a good idea? But they did. And they made it.
And I want to hear all about it.
Not the K31. That's the
Or
the
no, it's a
Steyr.
Mannlicher, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Mannlicher.
It's a Mannlicher.
Yep.
So I want to hear more about that from you, Kyle. That's my request of you, because you have a cool collection.
Yeah,
So it
I'll
sounds
be
like-
doing that as well.
2016 is going to be kind of a crazy year for gun gamers. You've got
By the way, speaking of this guy
Jeez.
hasn't been formally introduced on a video ever. This is stand up.
oh Jesus, he's big.
This is Joe. Goes by Sober Joe, I guess. He's not
New
all
call sign,
sober.
Sober Joe.
Joe. A call sign for
No
like
more MG
4
Joe,
years
Sober
now.
Joe.
Yeah, anyway. I generally enjoy my alcohol of very different types. Honestly, I could do an entire sub-channel of gun gamers of just about alcohol, but we'll leave that to one thing at a time. That will be completely unrelated to both airsoft and guns. You only mix that once, folks. Anyway, but another thing we never really mentioned is Lowsoft and EOMC, Executive Outcomes Mercenary Corporation, have been operating kind of weirdly separately but parallel for a number of years. And recently, actually, at the Red Storm East game that we all went to, there was only 4 of us from EO that made it to the game, and we met up with these guys.
Somehow,
Who are
by
Lowsoft.
pure chance.
Yeah.
Pure chance.
Pure
We kind of recognized each other, and unfortunately, EO was paired with, let's say, some younger airsoft players. Now, nothing against you if you're a viewer and you're under the age of 18.
So-
If you're playing with those of you that are a little bit older or have prior military experience, or those of you that have at least run through a couple of airsoft games and understand how things actually work, is we're trying to have fun. We ran with a couple of younger airsoft players that kind of took it a little bit too seriously, and we wound up teaming up with these guys. Well, a couple of months later, we've been playing half a dozen games with them or more, like big games, and I can't even count the number of scrimmages, and considering we just came back from a bar before we were shooting this video, we hang out with these guys now, and that's the beautiful thing about the airsoft community, is now we have Lulsoft and EO coming together to talk about, things that they didn't think about, we didn't think about, and 2016 is going to be
It's gonna be a lot
the hell
of
of a
fun.
year. It
It's
should
gonna be a lot of fun
fun.
because then you have John Fernando, who's written a couple articles with us, and he's another EO guy. Steve, I believe you had an article on. Did you have an article on Gun Gamers?
No.
So we have
No?
a guy who's sitting behind the camera right now. His name is Steve. He's wearing a Dare shirt. This is important because, But Steve actually has a couple of rare guns, actually. He has a WE L85. A few
Rare
things
as
you don't
in
see.
you don't see them very
You don't
often.
see them very often, and that's a fantastic thing. So I think that we're going to have
We
a
should
couple
recruit
of really...
Steve.
I think it's a good thing. Steve, come over here.
Come on.
Come over here. Come
Join us,
join.
Steve.
We're in Steve's apartment right
fapping.
now.
Stop fapping.
Yeah. So the only thing you're not seeing right now is Steve's cat, but I'd like to introduce Steve. Say hi, Steve.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, we're in Steve's
That's it, folks. So yeah, at the very least, you'll be entertained by just I think how we present ourselves. It's a group of I'm gonna knock
Idiots.
over that fucking gun. Right through the window.
it over.
But no, I think it's something fun because we have how many guys are on Lulsoft? Would you say active members?
active. I'd say we probably got like 6 to 8.
6 to 8,
That's about what EO's got. We've got a couple of guys that have some weird working hours.
Basically, you have about a dozen idiots.
right. That,
All are willing to act like idiots on camera.
but we kind of know what we're talking about, which is a bonus.
Well, and not necessarily, and if we don't necessarily know what we're talking about, we're at least going to research it and we're going to look into it and we're going to try and get as much semi-factual information and throw in our own experiences with whatever we decide to review or talk about or anything like that.
yeah.
And be idiots.
There's going to be some dumb.
We're
There's
allowed
gonna
to
be
do
some
that
dumb.
once in a while.
No, I think that's all though.
Alright, so let's close out by saying Happy New Year from this merry band of morons, and look forward to 2016 because we got some crazy stuff coming up, we've got some informative stuff coming up, but if nothing else, we hope you're entertained.
Definitely look forward to the blooper reels from this because it's going to be awesome.
So stay for the bonus footage!
Yeah.
We're recording. Actually, let me double check my mic settings.
Nah.
So we are
Everyone
recording.
likes to suck the penis.
Do we have to go over this again?
Ah!
Live long day.
Everything's so bright.
That's what she said. That's Ghost White.
Ghost light?
Ghost White.
Ghost light.
Ghost light?
Bitch tits.
Fucking
Fox?
tits your bitch.
It's your bitch.
How do we want to start? Do we want to just...
Hi guys!
You don't get to
slap.
start.
Good evening, everyone.
I will slap you.
Well,
with a
hold on. No,
double
this is actually like a
dildo.
formal introduction shit. Because
Okay,
this is
Don't
the first,
start.
This is the first Gun Gamers episode with both EO and Lulsoft, isn't it?
This is the first Gun Gamers episode with every contributor that is like a regular contributor.
Well, that's how you
I
fucking
haven't
introduce it.
contributed.
Yeah, you haven't contributed at all, you fucking
You've been there for
worthless
moral
sack of
support.
shit.
In that case, I'm gonna overshadow.
That's going to the blooper reel.
Oh,
You
so,
just see
so
me
you
going-
want
That's my reminder to myself later. That's going in.
Yeah, fucking do introductions. We'll just start off with
Alright, so yeah.
How do we want to do intro?
By the names you've
Let's
written.
go
Shit.
from left to right.
Okay.
Fuck, I have to start. Fuck.
Take 2
Am I
seconds.
in?
I'll
shot?
start and then you can just... Alright. Hey guys, it's everybody from Gun Gamers. We have...
Oh, yes. Fuck. This blooper is gonna be hysterical.
Let's get
Alright,
one video
let's
done.
start
so
again.
Put a pre-roll in it.
Fucking fuck.
Take 2.
Shit.
But remember that if you're playing with people that either have actual previous military experience or those of you that are over the age of 22 and actually gotten laid, what'll wind up happening is
That's gonna have to go with the blooper.
Alright, so what's Redbeard going to do in 2016? Well,
Fucking nothing. I'm sorry.
it will not be fucking nothing. It'll be fucking your mother.
I mean, that's fair game.
After that.
how dare you? She's a nice lady.
She's a nice shit. No, I didn't say I was going to take her to like the Red Lobster for a nice seafood dinner because I never called her
Red Lobster.
I said that.
That's like
Different
the,
kind of crabs,
that's like
man.
the fucking. That's like the stock nice dinner. Like, get creative. Take her out to Red Osier or something. Out in
Fine, I'll take her out
Leroy,
to Hooters. Wouldn't you like that?
You're just. That's just no effort. She's not gonna give it up for Hooters.
At least the bullet down.
I'd give it
Ben,
up for
what the fuck are you doing a video on?
All right.
It's depressing that you know how to treat your mother to a good tea.
You really are a mama's boy, huh? Best blooper reel ever. Best blooper reel. Oh, 2015 in the bag.
The best part is when you go to do this video, if the glass is in the frame, as you edit this, the glass suddenly drops a whole shit. Alright.
All right.
Alright.
Fox is gonna write one thing at least. That's the hope.
Write one thing and or do a
We'll
video.
figure something out with him. Ian.
Do a video by himself.
Yeah.
Not with somebody else, not collaborating. You have to be by yourself.
Why?
Eric, I really don't like that you're manhandling me right now.
I love it.
With the fact that your junk is right at my face level. I'm a little. No. I will not.
All
be
right.
doing
All
that.
right. Starting over. So we're gonna cut at the end of your segment. I
Why
guess.
would you do that? That was great.
No, don't worry. That'll go with the blooper reel.
That was perfectly fine in the regular reel.
Alright. So, what, do you have any ideas for what?
I actually have one more thing that I do want to mention.
Oh yeah, then talk about
Go
it.
ahead. Fox is gonna write an article. It's gonna be good.
And or a video by himself.
We're gonna abduct Steve and put him in the dungeon.
And Eric is going to fuck his mother. Good night.
We're done.
Did you want to?
We're done.